What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mike Yourself. And this week's video, we're going to go ahead and dive into some product reviews. Apologies, my videos haven't been as consistent as they were. If you saw my short, you saw that we had a cracked exhaust pipe. I think I figured out what caused it, and it was downward pressure being applied to the right side from the air suspension. So if you watch my video on installing that, you know we hammered out the exhaust slip-on, so that way we would have the clearance gain. But in me shifting things around a couple of times, you know, work done later, I didn't realign the bolt for the axle with that dip, and therefore it was hitting the actual exhaust pipe, putting that downward pressure, and hence caused that other pipe to crack, because in the middle, right in front of your tire, you got that support, right? So anyhow, had to get that resolved. I was thinking about learning how to weld, and I didn't want to do it with that because I just wanted to get up and running really bad. But that is some future content I would like to take a look at. I've always wanted to learn how to weld, and I hope that one day I'll be able to make, or build my own motorcycle. So that's it. Let's talk about the products that we're here to actually talk about. All right, so for our first product, what we're talking about is the Meathook handlebars that were pre-wired that we got through Tigersgate. And if you watch my videos consistently, you know that we put this on. It does require you to splice in your throttle control, and that was a little nerve-wracking. The learning from that was to do your own hard solder instead of relying on the butt connectors. They are quicker and easier, and I'm sure if you do them perfect, they're just reliable, just as reliable as doing your own hard solder. But we got bad connection, ran into some problems, and I just resoldered everything, and it worked perfectly fine. So that was on me as far as the installation goes. So ultimately, the handlebars are very comfortable. They fit just right. I like the distance between here, so that way it's not too far spread apart as far as your arms go and hurt your shoulders. So if you're a medium frame guy like myself, then this is probably the right fit for you. The quality is on the money. I've had handlebars that were of a lesser quality that felt like they belonged more on a bicycle rather than a motorcycle, and I've had bars that felt like they were made out of lead pipe, to be quite honest. These fit right in the middle. Great quality for, you know, your money. I think the finish is really good. I've had no problems with the finish. Now that's going to take some time because we want things to, you know, be exposed to elements and stuff like that. So typically, as long as you keep your stuff clean, you should be good, but time will tell, right? Now, when we did these bars, we also installed the Tigersgate grips, and these have been great. They've been comfortable. I like that you can get different color bar ends when you buy your grips. I will say, when I first rode after installing them, I noticed there was like a little bit of a film on this. So after that first ride, it came off. So just from that friction of riding, took that film off. So it must be something when when they manufacture them, it leaves a little film on there. So I'm sure if you took soft scrubber and some soapy water and just kind of, rubbed it on there really quick before your first use, you'd probably get rid of that film just as easily. So yeah, once that was gone though, they're definitely grippy, feels comfortable. I've had grips where it was like, hanging onto a metal pipe, not comfortable for long rides because it started hurting the palm of my hand. You can get gloves to compensate for that, so if that's what you need to do. But yeah, these are great. I like them. Second item that we want to talk about is the Diamond Audio Kickpods. Now with the Kickpods, we installed those, and the big difference is it's kind of a cupped setup for your speaker. So unlike the original framework that came with that, where it just left the back end open for your sound to kind of, I'd like to say bounce around, but I don't even know if it did that. Just kind of been a hot mess. This is cupped, which forces the sound to come forward towards you. We did a measurement on that when we did the installation, and the output was premium. It was great. We did see an increase in the decibels coming back. I will tell you, on rides, it has been a little bit better, but I'm not going to say it was leaps and bounds, right? So just being very honest with you guys, it sounds great. The difference is at night and day. So take that for whatever it's worth. Now, the one thing I was worried about at least, was the amount of distance we had between the rocker cover and the kick pod. And I was wondering if the heat from the motor was going to cause that to warp. And after putting some miles down on this thing and definitely getting up the temperature, we've seen no warping. Now, it looks like it's touching, but you have space there. You have to, you can, fit paper through there if you wanted to, no problem. So it's super close, but it is clear and there are no problems. Now, I will tell you that one of the major differences, the Gamechanger, if you want a game-changing sound on your bike, the one thing that I've noticed that has been night and day is adding in the Saddlebag speakers. So we swapped over the Sur & Vega Saddlebag speakers that we had originally installed on our Road King to the Road Glide, and night and day. This brings so much of that mid bass that you're really wanting to have, and to me, it just, I don't know, like, it really amplifies the sound. The sound is amazing. These speakers are great. They are a little heavy, so that is probably, if anything, I would consider as a downfall, is the size of this magnet. It's huge, but you get really good sound out of it, so kind of makes sense, right? You do lose a little bit of space with this, but I don't think it's anything that it's going to make a huge difference, right? Like, yeah, you're not going to, be completely out, depending on where you put your amplifier. So if you're like me and you put your amplifier in your saddlebag, then you're going to lose definitely a significant amount of space, but absolute game changer. If you're going to make any audio upgrade to your bike, I would highly recommend, if you're on a bagger, to put the Saddlebag speakers on. So there you have it, guys. 2 amazing products. 3 if you want to count the the grips, right? So the Tigersgate Meathook handlebars, pre-wired, their grips, great products. We're going to put more time on that. We're going to do another review. It's going to probably be a year from now, but we want to make sure that we've got a good, solid product long term. Short term, this has been great. I think it's great quality. The Diamond Audio Kickpods, they're a great product. Like I said, it's not a night and day difference. If you are looking for something of that caliber and you don't have them already, Saddlebag speakers, awesome setup. You can purchase those through suranvega.com or diamondaudio.com. They both sell different sets depending on which ones you're looking for. So check out their websites. Use promo code MikeItYourself to get yourself, I think it's like 10% off or something like that. So, regardless what the percentage is, save some money and get a great product. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope these reviews bring some value to you, so you can see that it's not just a one and done deal. We actually are testing this stuff long term to make sure that the products that I represent and bring to you all are worthwhile. And I'd love to have you as a member of our community. Maybe you've had experience with some of these products and you have some input, drop it on the comment. I would love that. We definitely want to continue to build on this community, so become a subscriber. And until that next video does post, I hope to see you in the win.